I found here was that it would be walking distance to the beach and walking distance to hikes. And this place that I got, I thought it wasn't walking distance to hikes, but it was so amazing. I was like, well, maybe that was just not part of it. Maybe I was lying to it, whatever. That's okay, whatever. Well, today I was walking and I was planning on going to the beach to talk to you, but then the waves were really strong today. So I was like, oh, maybe I should just keep walking. And there are trails all over, like miles and miles and miles of trails that I never found, but literally I'm walking on them right now,
That
walking
looks
distance to my place,
beautiful.
like,
That looks beautiful.
right.
Oh my
It's
God.
amazing.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And I could do a different one probably every day for 30 days and still like take different little courses,
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway, so like this, my ideal, like now every single thing on the list of my ideal home is this, and it's just for the next 6 months, but that's perfect because now I can find
Wow.
where I want to be like longer term. So
Wow.
it's perfect.
Wow. That's awesome. Can
Yeah.
you just share a little bit more about like creating your ideal home real fast? And we'll just use this clip as a testimonial for like getting an ideal home. Because I
Yep.
know this was something you've been working on for a while.
Oh, yeah. So I had worked on it for, what was it, like maybe 4 or 5 weeks, at least a month, but I think it might have gone into 5 or just over 5 weeks of looking for a home once I got to Hawaii. And I had aligned to it. I had made my list of ideal home. I had made, like listed out beliefs, like negatives, and done all the stuff that you had taught me. And just, it wasn't happening. And I was still like, okay, well, I'll keep looking, and then something would fall through every single time. But after I aligned with you in our one-on-one session, within one day, I got a home. It was ideal. It had absolutely everything that I wanted, but I thought that it didn't have walking trails within, hikes within walking distance. I wanted walking distance to the beach and walking distance to hikes. And I thought it didn't have that, but I was like, well, it's okay because this is even better than what I thought other than that one thing. But today I found that there are trails literally, right, like not even a half mile outside my doorstep and miles and miles and miles of trails.
Wow.
So I got my ideal home in one day after fully aligning with you.
But the crazy thing is so how the alignment works, and this is important to know, that sometimes when we align to something, so you align to your ideal house, and then where your ideal house is up here, right? So you're like, this is my ideal thing that I want. And as you align, you're one step closer. And there might be that next thing that you need to do to get to it closer. So even though you're like, hey, it was one day and then I got it, I believe that it actually started back here with that first piece, because that gets you prepared. So, but what was it that really made the switch? And the market in Hawaii is still probably pretty crazy too, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So finding an ideal house to live in, like all that, I'm sure it's like here in Utah was nuts. But we did an alignment and we got our ideal house and it was like everything perfect. So for you, what was the, like, because you did an alignment on your house, you did several other alignments. And then when we worked together, what was that missing piece that you needed? Because sometimes we don't even think they're connected.
Yep.
But for you, what was that missing piece that once you aligned, then the puzzle came together?
Letting other people provide for me and trusting that other people could provide for me, and taking away, like redefining the word independence and recognizing that I can still be independent and provide for myself while allowing other people to help provide.
Wow.
And so what happened was the same day that I aligned with you, right, and see, there's the ocean right there while I'm on the hikes. So
beautiful.
Just gorgeous. But so the same day that I aligned with you, I went back to a family friend that my parents have known for like 30 years. They last saw me when I was an infant. She had a contact and she knew that I was looking for a place for probably the 3 weeks prior to this. But all of a sudden that day, she was like, oh, let me call my cousin who does something with homes. So this home was never even supposed to be on the market,
Wow.
but she called and told her what I was looking for. And the cousin said, oh, I might have something. Let me call the current owner and see like if it actually, can work out, whatever. So all that I had to do was align to letting somebody provide for me.
Wow.
So, and not feeling like I was losing any independence, so literally within hours
Wow.
of aligning to that specifically.
That's crazy. So here's how I look at life. This is amazing because when you align to get your ideal house, you're probably not thinking, oh, I need to be able to trust people and have
Right.
people help me, right? Like totally
Right.
not associated in logical
Right.
means. But when you align to your big picture, other things will come to show you what it is that you really need to align to. So
Yep.
you align to making a certain amount of money, or you align to getting your XYZ house, or getting an amazing relationship. When you align to that big goal, other obstacles will appear to show you that actually this is another piece that's holding you back. You need to align. And sometimes we doubt or negate previous alignments, but it's actually those previous alignments that got us to where we are so that we can create the ideal. So
Right.
that's super cool.
Yeah. It's so cool. And that I just keep finding how it is my ideal home. Even what is it now? What's the 14 days later? Because I moved it on the 1st. So, still finding little surprises on how it's even more my ideal home.
Wow. Wow. So
Yeah.
if you didn't do that and didn't have the alignment process and didn't actually like shift, what do you think would be your results?
Well, I think I would have kept finding my ideal home, and then things would have kept falling through because I would have kept trying to control it. I would have tried to be the one to make it work perfectly. I would have been the one to, think like, oh, it's my fault. I didn't do something right, where actually it's allowing, whether it was the person selling it or the person renting it or the person, whatever it, like sometimes I have to allow them to provide. And I would have just, things would have falling through. I would have found ideal home after ideal home, but it would have kept falling through.
Wow.
Because I was trying to control.
That's awesome. Boom. That's the power of
Yep.
alignment, Julie. Awesome job. I love hearing that. Thanks for sharing.
Well, I love living it.
That is exciting. Cool. Well, I'm going to just stop this recording here, and then can we hop right back on?
Yep.